Jace and Brandon. And they're going to tell us about Canvas today and show us how we can utilize that as our LMS. And then later today or in the morning, I'm going to send out a survey to Canvas to get some feedback from you on what you think about Canvas. I'm just going to turn it over.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. I am so glad that you did not sit in the first 7 rows. I have a big zit coming up, like right here, and we are so far back you won't be able to see it, so that makes me happy. We're so fortunate to have Brandon with the state. Brandon is the regional director for the state of Mississippi, and so he's going to make sure that that you guys get the best discount on Canvas that you possibly can. Brandon, you live in Salt Lake, right?
Yes.
Okay, and where did you move to Salt Lake from?
State of Washington. I've just been in Salt Lake now for, 6 months or so.
Okay, and all Brandon has done since we got out to Columbus is just tell me about how much he loves the trees and the humidity and all of this kind of stuff. I know, right? And because in Salt Lake City, all they have is like
Brown,
dusty. Sounds really exciting, right? Yeah. My name is Jace. I'm an instructional technologist by trade. I'm also a solutions consultant, solutions engineer for Canvas, but I'm also Canvas's third customer. So I grew up in Louisiana, but I live and work in Texas. I live in Houston, and I was the first customer in the state of Texas. So I've been using Canvas for about 6 years now. And Brandon said, "Hey, I want to come out to the W and show him Canvas." So that's what we're here to do today. So you guys ready to see it? Yeah. Now, do you know that the entire state of Mississippi, all of your state college, your community colleges, they are all using Canvas? You know that, right? Right. And all of your K-12 schools are using Canvas, right? Yeah, they are. It's awesome. Okay, so we're going to show you today why they're using Canvas. And I think we have until 11:15 because there's a big announcement. I heard that everybody's getting a huge raise. So at 11:15, you all have to go over to another building. What building?
Poindexter.
To the Poindexter building, so you can claim your raise.
We're not holding our breath.
Okay. She's like, I will believe it when I see it. Okay. So let me tell you some of the reasons why the state of Mississippi loves Canvas so much. The first thing is that Canvas is not a system that you keep on your servers here on campus. It's what we call cloud native. And the reason why that's so important is because we don't ever take the system down for maintenance. Okay? Canvas has 99.987% uptime, which means that we don't go down any more than like 8 hours a year. Okay? So incredibly reliable. And because it's a cloud native system, we have over 18 million people using this system, and it never slows down. So like finals, midterms, first of the semester, it doesn't slow down, and they love it. The other thing that's great about it is it doesn't have service packs or patches or anything like that. So, the system sometimes has to get taken down for upgrades. We don't have any version numbers, any of those things. So Canvas is just really, really reliable. The other reason people like Canvas is because it's really easy to use. So let me show you that. Whenever someone signs into Canvas, what they see is this. This is your recent activity dashboard. This is the biggest recent activity dashboard I've ever seen in all of my years of hanging out with Canvas. I love this screen. We were going to do it in 3D, but we couldn't get the glasses here in time. So this is your Canvas recent activity dashboard. And whenever you sign in as a teacher or a student, this is going to show you all of the recent activity that's happened in all of your courses since the last time that you had signed in. The other thing that's really nice is we're going to populate a to-do list over here on the side, showing you all of the things that you need to submit, that you need to turn in, or things that you need to grade if you're a teacher. It's all right there at your fingertips. And before we actually started to design Canvas, we went on kind of a road trip and we talked to hundreds of faculty members and students about what they wanted in a learning management system. And the one thing we kept hearing over and over and over again is the distance between me as a student or a faculty member and the thing that I need to get to is too far. There are too many clicks, there are too many steps. So what we've done in Canvas is we worked really hard to bring it all to the surface. Okay? So there's your to-do list. Going across the top, we have our global navigation. Okay, so our courses in groups, grades, calendar, and our learning object repository called Commons. Whenever you sign in, you get this really nice custom experience, but we take that idea of customization to the next level by giving every Canvas user their very own Canvas profile. So here's mine. This is my Canvas profile. And you can see here that I have my profile picture, I have my name, all of this information that's being fed automatically into Canvas from Banner. But the other thing that you'll notice is over here on the right-hand side that you'll see I have my Canvas email account, right? So, do your students check their Canvas email accounts as much as you would like them to? No. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if whenever you posted an announcement or posted a grade, it would just go right to their cell phone, like just send them a text message? Okay, wouldn't that be awesome? So with Canvas, your students can actually go in and they can add maybe an email address that they check more frequently. They can even add their cell phone number. And Canvas will send them text messages when certain things happen, okay? The other thing that's nice about it is that if your students like to use things like Google Docs or Twitter, those kinds of things, they can register those with their Canvas profile as well, and we'll send them notifications there also. Now here's where it gets really good. We have all of these different events that happen in Canvas, things like due dates getting changed, grades getting posted, announcements being posted, things like that. Those will automatically be sent to your students on their cell phone or their email or whatever. But for the teacher, it's even better, okay? If a student sends you a question, if they ask you a question, instead of you having to go into Canvas to answer the question, that can actually come right to your inbox. So do you guys use Outlook or Gmail? What do you use for your email? Outlook, okay. So just imagine this. You go to check your email, and there's the email with the question from your student. They've asked you that inside of Canvas, okay, in your course. Instead of having to go back to Canvas and log back in, you can just reply from your email. That will go back to Canvas, update the communication stream, and then send the notice on to the student, maybe on their cell phone. Okay, so Canvas acts as a communication broker for you, making your job a lot easier when it comes to staying in touch with your students. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's how all of these awesome notification preferences work. Now, does anybody use an e-portfolio? Do you guys have like an e-portfolio tool that you're using right now? No? No? Okay. Well, Canvas comes with an e-portfolio tool. So if you ever find an opportunity where you want to give your students a place where they can showcase the work that they've done, showcase the artifacts that have been assessed, those kinds of things, Canvas actually comes with an e-portfolio tool. So they can come in and they can create their e-portfolio with different sections and pages. They can upload video to this and things like that, and just share that with a recruiter or with a prospective employer. And all of that just comes with Canvas, and you can continue to host that after they've graduated, or they can download it and take it with them. Okay? And that e-portfolio tool is just included with Canvas. The other thing that's really nice about Canvas is that it comes with a file repository. So every user has access to their very own file repository. So you guys know those little, what are those little stick things, little pregnancy tests that you plug into the computer? What is that called? Flash jump drive? Okay, so instead of having to use those, you can actually just drag and drop right from your desktop into Canvas, okay? And now your students can submit this as homework. They can start working on something in the library and then go home and work on it there, because you get a file repository and everything is safe and secure right in the Canvas file. Okay, now let's change gears and let's talk about some of the favorite features of our Canvas teachers. So here is our Canvas calendar. Okay, this is our Canvas calendar. How many of you guys love to use your Blackboard calendar? Like it's your favorite thing? Like warm, fuzzy feelings? No, okay. This one lady is looking very nauseous at the moment, okay? All right, teachers love the Canvas calendar. Let me show you why. You guys can see over here on the right-hand side, I have a legend. So this color-coded legend is showing me every single course that I'm teaching. Okay, if I'm a student, it's showing me the courses that I'm taking. Now, I can go in here and I can toggle this on and off. So if I only want to see maybe one course, well, I can do that. But right now, it's showing me all of my courses. Okay. If I need to maybe schedule an assignment all I have to do is click on the day, and I can schedule a new assignment very easily. But what about those days? Did y'all get any snow this winter, snow or ice? A little bit? Okay, down in Houston, if we get like a teaspoon of snow, the whole city comes to a grinding stop, okay? It is so funny because I travel to other parts of the country where they get snow and ice all the time, and they don't even blink. You know, in Houston, it's, you know, the apocalypse. Well, in Canvas, if you have that snow or ice day and you need to change the due date of an assignment, watch this. All you have to do is click, drag, and drop, and you're done. Everywhere where that assignment appears in Canvas, on the syllabus page, on the assignments page, on the module page, that assignment, that due date is going to be changed there, okay? But that's not it. That's not all. Remember that your students are also going to get a text message letting them know that the due date has changed as well, okay? So Canvas is going to do all of that stuff just by you dragging and dropping, okay? Now the other thing that's really cool about this, how many of you guys have office hours? You do office hours, right? Okay, a lot of us do office hours. Well, check this out. Do you ever have time, like, okay, here's the thing about office hours. As a matter of fact, I was snooping around on your website last night because I had nothing better to do. And I saw like a lot of the faculty web pages where you post your office hours, okay? Wouldn't it be cool if students could actually sign up for office hours so that you would know if they were coming? Well, watch this. We actually have a scheduler tool that's built in Canvas, okay? So if you wanted to do something like office hours or advising or maybe do a verbal final, you can actually go in here and schedule slots where students can come and sign up for office hours or to do their final or do advising. And they just come in and pick their slot, and that's all there is to it. And now you know when the student is coming. And if you want to do virtual office hours, because I hear that you guys have a lot of online programs, you want to do virtual office hours, Canvas actually comes with a web conferencing tool. Okay, there's no extra charge, it just comes with it. You can use that with the scheduling tool so that you can have virtual office hours. Okay. All right, so what do you think about the calendar? So far, so good? Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's talk about some more of those teacher favorite features. I'm going to go into my history course. Do we have any history teachers in here? One history teacher. Oh, love it. Okay. So this is my history 1301. This is my freshman history course. And you can see here that I have used modules as my homepage layout. But you don't have to use modules for your homepage layout. You can actually pick the kind of homepage that you want to do. So I can actually just change it to maybe something that's a little more visually stimulating like this, okay? So I can do a page that I design myself. I can do my syllabus page or my assignments page or my modules page as my course homepage, which is really nice. Now, just so that I don't get confused, I'm going to change it back to modules. I'm a super nerdy guy. Any Star Wars fans in the room? Does anybody in here like Star Wars? Okay, there's got to be more than one person that's running that likes Star Wars. Okay. See, okay. Do you know, are you ready? They are releasing the entire Star Wars saga digitally on Friday. I am so friggin' excited about this. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I've already pre-ordered it. My plans are made for the weekend, okay? So if anybody wants to come to my place, we're having Star Wars marathon this weekend. The reason why I bring that up is because I am super nerdy, as you probably figured out, and I love linear stuff, okay? So whenever I'm using modules, things can be very, very linear, okay? And as a matter of fact, we were talking about this earlier, about like how do you track participation in the online course because you have to report that for financial aid. Well, using modules, you can actually do that. Let me show you a few of the cool things that you can do with modules, kind of why I like it so much. The first thing is that my modules are all super organized, okay? And if I need to move modules around, I can just drag and drop to move my modules around. I can also drag and drop content between modules, so it's very easy for me to sequence my course. Okay? But the other thing that's really nice about this is I can create any content that I want to right from this page without having to go to a different tool. Let me show you. If I wanted to add like a welcome discussion topic, I can just click and pick the kind of content. I want to create a discussion, a new topic, and I'm going to call it welcome. And add it, and there it is. So you see it added it to the bottom of my module. I'm just going to drag and drop that to the top. And you'll notice it's kind of grayed out. I don't know if you can see that from row 8, but it's really kind of grayed out. And the reason why we do this is so that you can create new content. You can create new stuff in Canvas, and it's in what we call a draft state until you publish it for students to consume. Okay, so we give you that buffer so that you can create content while the course is in session, which is really nice. Whenever you get ready to publish your content, all you have to do is come over and click that little gray cloud, and now this content is published, okay? So you'll see this all over Canvas, modules, assignments, discussions, everywhere. So you can create any content and then wait to publish it for your students. And of course, you can always unpublish later. Now, here's what I really love about modules. The very first course that I ever designed was an online public speaking course, okay? All right, let's think about that for just a second. An online public speaking course, okay? All right, there are immediately problems with this. But the biggest problem that we had was, was Lucky Watkins, my dear friend Lucky. He had taught high school drama, like, since the paint went up. I mean, he had been teaching high school drama for probably 30 or 40 years. And then we hired him to come in and teach public speaking in higher ed. And our dean assigned him an online public speaking course, okay? This guy was still using a typewriter, okay? And now we're gonna get him to teach an online public speaking course, okay? Imagine my life for 2 years. The problem that we had was that students were blowing through all of this getting started material. They were just jumping right over it and going right to the first teaching content. Okay, have you had that problem before? So what we did is we used Canvas to stop students from doing that. Here's what I mean. I can come in here and I can tell Canvas that this module has some requirements for completion. Basically what that means is I can say that there are certain things that need to be viewed, there are certain things that need to be submitted, and so on. And I can even say that students have to make certain scores on things. Okay, so we were talking about the syllabus quiz a few minutes ago. Okay, here's how you would do it. You could actually go here and just do a syllabus quiz. The student has to make a perfect score before Canvas will unlock the content. So you can set up all of these requirements for completion. You can even withhold publishing a final grade until they finish those requirements. You can even force students to move through these requirements in a sequential order so they don't skip over things that they need to know. Well, once you've done that, you just go into maybe your first teaching module, and you just come down here and say, okay, look, before students can view this module, they have to complete the Getting Started module. And that's it, you're done. That's all you have to do. And now, students have to go through that Getting Started material before they can get to Unit 1. Okay? So, one big problem that we've always had is now eliminated. And it was very simple to do that. And as I mentioned, if you guys do like week 1, week 2, week 3, that kind of a thing, all you have to do is just drag week 2 right to the top. And now the week 2 module has the student's focus. Okay, so when it comes to designing your courses, you can actually be very agile in the way that you deliver content. Yes, ma'am?
I just had what you talked about.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from way back there.
They couldn't access the assignment. Does it give them like a pop-up that tells them? Like,
Yes, it does.
If they try to do that?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's visual feedback all over the place. So as they're moving through those requirements, they'll see big green checks next to the things that they've done, and they'll see messages below the things they haven't done yet, telling them that they need to. And then whenever they try to click it, it's not going to be clickable. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell I'm really bitter about this 7-row thing? Okay. So that's modules. Now let's talk about the next favorite feature of teachers. I'm going to move my Getting Started module back up here to the top, and I'm going to open up a discussion topic. You guys like using online discussions in your courses, your online courses? This is our discussion tool, and you'll notice here that there is no content. Well, we're going to change that by editing the discussion topic and using our rich content editor. Doesn't that look so simple? I mean, it's so easy to use. You can come in and just add as much content as you want. You can just type in as much content as you want. But what I like about it is if you want to add a link to another piece of content that's in the course, okay, watch how easy this is. Everything is right at your fingertips over here on the right-hand side. So if I want to add a link to maybe another content page, I just tap and it inserts the link for me, just that easily, okay? I can actually turn this word into a link to an assignment just by highlighting, tap, done. So easy, okay? Well, what if we have a PowerPoint file or something like that that we want to include in our course content? I just click on the Files tab here on the right, come down here and find, here's a good PowerPoint, establish a federal government, click, boom, it's there, that's all I had to do. Now what I love about this is I can actually get rid of this little PowerPoint extension here, come in and click the link, and then edit it to auto-open a preview of my PowerPoint file. So now, my students, when they go to this page, my PowerPoint will automatically open inside of Canvas rather than the students having to download it, okay? And this works for PowerPoint files, for Excel files, for Word documents. How many of you are so tired of converting your Word documents to PDF files so your students can use them? Now you just put your Word document in Canvas and they'll be able to see it just like that. No conversion on your part. It's never been easier, okay? Now, images. We love to use images, right? So you can drag and drop images from your desktop. I have some images that I've already put in here. Does anybody recognize that beautiful thing? Does anybody know what that is? Are we too far now? That is the Bull Weevil Monument from Enterprise, Alabama. And I'll tell you something. This is a glamour shot, y'all. This thing, it's about that big. So you can actually insert images very quickly just by tapping, and then of course you can size them down, do whatever you need to do. Does anybody use video? Okay, do you like to use YouTube videos? Okay. Oh my, do you remember the days when if you wanted to use a YouTube video, you had to go over to YouTube and you had to find your video and you get the HTML embed code snippet. You remember that, right? Okay. You still have to do that. Okay, all right. I want you to watch really closely. Are you ready? This is almost going to be like a magic trick. Okay, so all you have to do with Canvas is come in and copy the URL from the address bar at the very top. You see that? Yeah, I know it's hard to see from way back there. You just copy the URL and then come over to Canvas and paste it in, and look at that. Canvas recognizes it as a YouTube URL, and so you don't have to do the embed code anymore. It's going to give you the thumbnail, the students click it, and then watch the video. Just that easy. Okay? Now, hold on. This is so awesome. You're going to like this. What if you want to just record a message to your students? Hello, welcome to the first day of class. Okay? Watch this. We actually have a media recorder built into Canvas. So you see that little film strip icon that's right there in the toolbar? Just click, fire up your webcam. I have no idea what's happening. And you can actually sit here and record, good morning class, welcome to the first day of U.S. history. I hope you're ready for a great semester.
Or, good morning class,
Okay, so you can actually record video directly into Canvas. Or you can drag and drop to upload videos that you already have. And what's really nice about this is that Canvas will auto-magically turn those videos that you upload or that you record into streaming versions. So your students don't have to download them to watch it. They can just stream them right from your course. And what's really, really nice is it's going to give them a version that works best. So if they're here on campus, they have a good Wi-Fi connection, awesome, okay? And if they're out in a rural area where they don't have, or maybe they're using, what was that called back in the day? Dial-up, right? Okay, if they're, so they're on like CompuServe, using their dial-up, then they can actually stream that. Or even better, they're on a mobile device, right? Canvas has free mobile apps for Android and for iPhone, and your students can just click on that and they can watch your video. You don't have to do anything to put it in there. Okay. You guys want to see what this looks like? It's so nice. Save that and see what is the result of all of our hard work. All right, here we are. Okay, so notice here as our discussion topic loads, here is our PowerPoint. There's our PowerPoint, so now our students can just come here, they can click and go through our PowerPoint. There's our image. There's our YouTube video, so we can just click and our YouTube video can get going here. I don't want to blast this out loud music. okay? And then here's the thumbnail for the video that I just recorded, okay? And that's really all there was to it. Never been easier, right? How simple is that? Okay, there are no cheers, no gasps yet from the audience. Okay, so now I'm going to show you teacher's favorite feature, okay? Because what is your favorite thing in the world to do? You dream about it at night? Reading, right? You do it all hours of the day and night. I've seen you at church grading when you should be listening to the sermon. I have seen you in your cars, at restaurants, doing all your grading. You do it all hours of the day and night. So it's just for you that we have built a tool to make grading fun. This is an assignment. Check this out. For this particular assignment, this is my research paper assignment. I just want to show you that, again, I have a rich content editor for all of the instructions, so I can actually record instructions for my students. This is a 65-point assignment. I'm going to display the grade as points, but I could use maybe a letter grade or computer complete if I want to. The submission type is online. Now, if you're in a lab setting where you're observing students doing things, you can actually change that to no submission and still assess them, even though they're not submitting anything, like any paper or whatever. For mine, I'm actually going to use an online submission. And notice here that we have several different kinds of online submissions. Things like media recordings, file uploads, which is probably the most conventional. And look at this, we can even restrict the file upload type, okay? Now, you guys are nodding your head. The reason why this is important, okay, is because students are notorious for submitting Microsoft Works documents, okay? Those days are behind you, okay? No more Works, no more WordPerfect. Just come in here and restrict the file upload type, and the students will see a message that says, DOC, PDF files are the only thing that the teacher will accept, okay? You can even do group assignments if you want. You can set up peer reviews. You can integrate this with tools like Turnitin for plagiarism detection, those kinds of things. Once you've got your assignment all set up, the last thing that you're going to want to do is come down here and play around with this lovely instrument. Beautiful rubric. You guys use rubrics with your assessments now? Yeah? Okay. Here we go. This is a rubric. In Canvas, creating and editing rubrics is so easy. If you want to add additional ratings to a criterion, you just tap to add as many ratings as you want. And you can just go in and click to change the description. Very, very, very easy. Okay? The other thing that's nice about this, okay, Saks is coming for you. Okay? This is a true story. Okay? Saks is coming for you. One of the ways that we can help you with Saks accreditation is you can actually go into Canvas and you can define all of the institution level, the college level, the department program level outcomes that you need to track for Saks accreditation and for institutional research. And with just a click, you can actually find those outcomes, and when it's convenient or appropriate, you can add those outcomes to the rubric for an assignment. You can align them with mechanically graded questions on a quiz. And then, with your rubric ready to go, you're ready to start your grading. And what's going to happen is Canvas is going to collect all of this outcome data. And when the guy or gal who's in charge of institutional research has to run reports for Saks accreditation, all she has to do in Canvas is go in and say, show me all the data. Give me what you got. Okay? Once I have the data, I know what to do with it. Collecting the data is the hard part. With Canvas, it is so, so easy. Now, we love to grade. You ready? When it's time to grade, go in here and fire up the often imitated, never duplicated, original, world-famous Canvas speed grader. Not a word. No. Okay. Let me just break it down. All right, so this is the speed grader. The first thing is that whenever you use the speed grader, you don't have to download submissions anymore because they are going to be rendered right here inside the speed grader. And so you can go in and you can highlight those things, you can make comments, you can do markup, and that kind of stuff, okay? The other thing you can do is come in and pop open your rubric and tap to complete your rubric. Now, when it comes to learning outcomes, all of this data, the process of grading an assignment and collecting outcome data is the exact same step in Canvas, okay? So we've just made life a lot easier for a lot of people. Once you've done your assessment here, the grade gets saved back to the grade book, but then you can come down and you can actually leave feedback for your students. This was life-changing for my faculty, because in the old days with our legacy system, if they wanted to leave a message for a student about a submission, they would have to back out, pull up their email, or pull up the messaging tool and compose a message. Or even worse, a student would just fire off this ambiguous message, why did I get a 75 on this assignment? The teacher would have no idea what they were talking about. In Canvas, notice that the communication about the submission is right here on the submission. You see what I'm saying? You can type in your comments, or you can always go in and fire up your webcam and record comments to your students. We're actually collecting data right now because we've heard stories about this. We're collecting the data to prove it. What we keep hearing over and over and over again from faculty is that the uptake on feedback from their students is significantly greater when they use media comments versus typewritten comments, okay? As a matter of fact, a friend of mine over at JSU, he was telling me the other day, he says, whenever I started using Canvas, I would type all of my comments to my students, and then I started recording. He says, my students listen to my comments. Now they actually do what I encourage them to do, whereas before they just leave them. Okay, we don't know why that is just yet, but we're getting the data to find out, okay? Now, this is the speed grader. It is by far the favorite feature of teachers who use Canvas. It's available here in Canvas on your computer. It's also a free app for your iPad. So if you own an iPad or an Android tablet, you can use it for free there as well. Okay? All right. So any thoughts on the speed grader? Normally, this gets thunderous applause, but I know we're in, Mississippi on a warm afternoon, so yeah. Several of my teachers told me that whenever we were running our Canvas pilot, that they were able to knock out a lot of grading a lot faster than they did in their legacy system. So that's the Canvas speed grader, the favorite feature of Canvas teachers. Okay. So let's just talk about some of the other tools that I think you guys will really like in Canvas. One of them is the quiz tool. The quiz tool is what we use for mechanically graded assessment. Okay. With the quiz tool, have you guys ever heard of Inklex? Does that anybody